I think most of them were aware of the purpose of the camp, that this is a camp for change makers, for young people who want to do something. And I could see that this was going to go somewhere. They were all excited. They couldn't wait to get to the campsite and get things going.
Some of them are very reserved. At the first time, they are not very well open to each other yet. The team leader is the one who keeps doing all the talking. She's the one who keeps saying, and then even though she keeps encouraging the others to talk, the others are just like, I'll follow you. But then, the next day, I was surprised because they start to open up. They start to talk more.
These 28 young people, they were basically very alive and very vibrant. So whatever they did, they really did it wholeheartedly. You can see, even if it involved discussion, if there were 5 people in the group, all 5 actively participated. If one was not so actively participating, the rest of them tried to actually get everyone's participation. So that was really beautiful, how everyone tried to work together, working on each other's strengths and trying to discover more based on real life experiences.
We have the talk, like One Family Other God, by James, and then everyone is like really embracing it. They're not just saying it like One Family Other God, peace, peace, peace. Like they're really practicing it. They're suddenly like, yeah, we can be one family under God. They're like the way they really listen to it. I was surprised because I thought they're going to go out, like take a break or something on their own. But they're really listening, and then during the heart-to-heart talk, they are like conversing among each other because they are not in comfort zone, because they have to talk with other participants from other groups. So the way they like, at first I can see they're very timid, and then suddenly they're always the person who always start first. But then the way they just like, they don't mind to follow and then contribute as much as the others contribute.
I've been overcoming my fears, constantly improving over the past few years, and I've done this so by killing 3 cockroaches, which I'm afraid of. Hey, huge, you know, very big deal. I'm afraid of heights. I went for, those free fall kind of things. I went for that, scared them out of me. It was really scary, but the thing is, how I see fear is that, okay, it's seriously a big deal, but then I still have to do it. I'm going to do it.
It was more of a self-discovery and acknowledging, because one can just go live on and not realize that, oh my God, I'm like this, or oh my God, this explains why the other person is like this. And it was sort of like an enlightenment to all of them, like to prove that, everyone is different, and it's not the obvious color differences or race or religion or whatsoever, but there's more to differences, and understanding the differences just brought people together and embraced the differences and work on the similarities that they had, and they sort of acknowledge, oh my God, now I know why you are so quiet at times, or now I know why you cannot keep quiet, so everybody just got to understand each other better, and that helped them to sort of be able to step in when they are needed.
When I found out that I'm actually a choleric and I scored very high on that, I got like 23. I was kind of in denial because I thought, I don't dominate people that much. But when I compare the difference of how I lead during the camp and before, I realized that a lot of the things I did before was maybe a bit overbearing to people and I pressure them too much into completing something when what I should have been doing was encourage them to move forward.
This time, what happened was we had 6 groups. We broke everyone down to 2 groups. So from 6, you merged 2 groups, so we had 3 groups altogether. Somehow, breaking them up into separate groups and putting them together in a particular group, it didn't matter much. They knew how to work together. So that was nice, because usually when people are different, right? Everyone is different, and when you put them in a certain group, they learn to work in a certain way, and when you break them or you were to regroup them, they will start working in a new way. But through my experience of watching these people, what I learned was it didn't make a difference because all of them basically had the same drive, the same motivation, which was to work together to, you know, build the raft, get it going and come across safely and successfully. So that was nice, their teamwork. And you know, when it rained so heavily, it didn't stop them. They basically wanted to go on and on until the abang had to tell, you know, stop lightning, and then we came back in to do it. So yeah, that was very beautiful to watch them to work together without having that selective team spirit, but this was like a true team spirit where they can work with people from different background, different mindset, different understanding together. You can see how these people put into certain circumstances where they are really challenged, they can still come out of it because of that hope that is so strong.
Actually, I'm very fear of water. So my team member, they are so good, you know. They're like, Kelly, you can do this. They hold my hands and like we all do it together. So I was like, okay, just like let myself to try this. So I was like, okay, let them go myself. Like, okay, I try to float on water, and finally I did. I was like, oh, they all cheer for me. I was like, okay, I gained courage. You know, I'm still so happy to overcome this kind of fear.
And during the community service, I can see how they're taking what James have been talking about, one family under God. They're just like saying to them, auntie over there at the restaurants, like, hey auntie, come on, relax, we are one family under God, we can do this. I want to help you and you are going to help me. So I was like, okay, this person really preached what they learned.
My team, we just went out to the eco farm, so we had to actually he wanted to plant paddy, so we had to level out even out the land. So, and the problem was the plot that we got it's on a hill, so one side is more higher than the other, and then you've got to actually they only started off the basic part of it, and we had to actually dig deeper and loosen up all the soil and, you know, make the drainage system, okay, put it out properly, and that was tough. It was very tough. It takes effort for them, you know, just to put in the charcoal and then loosen up the thing. It's another thing and we did it only for 1 hour. We already have blisters and, you know, back hurts, and they're doing it every day, and they can't say, oh, I don't feel like doing it today, because it's what they do, it's their job. So it was a very good experience.
During that time, I can say that everybody was exhausted, and but during the last 10 minutes, Pri kept telling to the whole group, come on guys, we can do this. So I can see that it's just not doing the community service for the sake of just doing it. I can see that they really try to help, really try to learn the uncle, even though they don't really know what they are doing.
Usually when you go to a wedding, you go with your family or you go with your friends, and most likely you are to be from the same ethnic or racial or religious background, right? But these kids, they are basically of all colors and all sorts, right? So they experience things from a different perspective, and some of them had it a bit more hard. For example, there is this one participant who mentioned about how the guy who is supposed to serve the food and stuff, right? He came up to her and say, hey, look, there's another dirty plate, you know, in a tone that, hey, you got to wash the plate, you know. So she has no experience working as a waitress or whatsoever. So it was more of a humbling experience.
But after serving them and cleaning up, I realized that not everything is about the return. It's a lot of times it's just the act of kindness that you do, and I really felt quite good.
We are actually not expect any return from them, but then when they just smile and then we feel the warmth, we happy, and then this is what I think the society should be. We give out and then they will give back to us as well, like just a smile, and then sometimes they will help us back.
So alone in a big house.
Their story just brought everyone together. I think all of us who were in the room during that sharing actually lived their experience, because we really felt, we really empathized. There was this genuine feeling of understanding, of really being in one's shoes. They could really, that's when they all truly, I believe that's when they all really felt the meaning of one family under God.
As a whole, I think this time around the participants were mature in their thinking. Yeah, that's, I think it's not that I didn't meant to really compare them intellectually, but somehow I can see and I can tell like they have vision. Like they are here not just for fun. Like they really here to be part of something, be part of the change.
Just do good, because even though it doesn't come back to you right away, you know, life always have a way to reward yourself.
Everyone wants something. Everyone wants maybe some encouragement, some acknowledgement of what you did. But doing something without like wanting anything, that's not only difficult, but sometimes it's a process that you have to strive for, because it's not a switch that you can just flip and say, okay, I want to help people. It's a continuous and gradual process. And I feel that that's important for each and every single one of us to strive for, because the world around us is made up of individuals who, while might be selfish, they can change and it will make the world a better place.